Welcome back to the next video, and so we have now traversed the distance from the from our departure point through here, traveled the 180 kilometers. So if you recall, the estimated time to reach the edge of the patrol quadrant was 7 hours and 45 minutes or so. And based on the time of departure, we estimated that we would hit it at 5:15 in the evening. And if you have a look up here, it's now 5:11 or almost 5:15, and our latest dead reckoning determination of where we are on the map is pretty much right exactly where we thought we would be. So if we mark on the map with the little marker pencil, we can put a check mark there, because when we zoom in we can't see this anymore. We are approximately 1.5 kilometers from the edge of the patrol quadrant. So our timing was pretty much spot on, and we are now entering the patrol area. The distance we've traveled is approximately, well, I would say 70, 80, approximately 100 nautical miles. So now that we're here, let's do a depth sounding and determine just how deep the water is underneath us.
Tiefe unter Kiel beträgt 105 Meter, Herr Karlein.
106 meters. Very good. So the first thing we're going to do in this video is take a look above. And as you can see, the weather is absolutely clear. There are no ships on the horizon. No sign of anything. So, because we've got a little bit of water underneath the keel, tell you what, I am just going to save this first. This is good to do manual saves as opposed to only automatic saves. So we're going to go 19. This is how I save my files. The year, the month, the day, dash, the time, 17:15. The approximate time. Save. Resume. So now that we've got a bit of water underneath the keel, we're going to do a dive. Test out the boat. So the first thing we do is we come downstairs into the control room. Now we've got 100 meters underneath us, so I'm going to take us to 50 meters. That'll give us a bit of flexibility. We're not going to do a crash dive. I'm just going to do a standard dive. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to bring up, I know the exact depth that I want to go to, so I'll bring up the advanced. I hover over, order a new depth of 50 meters. We'll go at full speed, as a matter of fact. First we'll bring ourselves up to full speed. We'll just go ahead full. We won't go flank. Then as she's coming up, we will order a dive to 50 meters. First thing that happens is they shut the hatch. Now what I like to do is I like to come over here and watch it on the depth meter itself. So here we have the depth meter up to 25 meters. Once we go deeper than 25 meters, we need to go over here. And this, as you can see, goes up to 260 meters depth. So the first one we watch is here. We can hear we're going down.
Tiefe beträgt
Oop.
1,0 Meter.
Now we should have the dive officers come down from their watch duty up on the tower. Come and sit down here. And
Auf
assume their
E-Maschinen
position
umschalten.
at the dive
Tiefe
station.
beträgt 2,0 Meter.
So they would have come down already in real life, but here they go. About time. 25 meters.
Tiefe beträgt 3,0 Meter.
Always good to continue doing depth under keel checks just to make sure we're not coming up against
Tiefe unter Kiel beträgt
60 meters under.
9 Meter, Herr Karl.
So it's still about 100 meters depth of water
Tiefe
we're in.
beträgt 4,0 Meter.
Another check. Depth under keel is any second.
Tiefe unter Kiel beträgt
43 meters.
3 Meter,
That's very
Herr
good.
Karl.
So we're now at a depth of approximately 47 to 48 meters. So we will slowly start to level out now. As we do that, I'm going to bring our speed down to ahead slow.
Eine Fahrt voraus.
No need to go quite so fast, and also by going ahead slow or even stopping, we can get better hydrophone readings. So now we're over to Benno. Let's see if we can hear anything. This button here, hydrophone, for the sound operator. He's doing a sweep at the moment, just a normal sweep. But we can also ask to see if he can pick up any to follow a nearest sound contact, or to follow the nearest warship. But as you can hear, he's not picking anything up. Now we could, if we want, we could go to an all stop, switch all engines off,
Maschinen stopp.
all motors off.
Ja, Herr Kanal. Ich habe nur noch Ohren für dieses
Nothing,
Ziel. Konzentriere mich auf diesen
nothing,
Kontakt.
and nothing. We can also have a look. So we should be down here somewhere. Where are we? Oof. There we are. Sitting quietly at 50 meters depth under the ocean. Still drifting very slowly at about 3 knots on account of the fact that we have some forward momentum. There she goes. Really love these underwater shots. This is why I wanted to do the external, because this is not cheating, this is just getting some eye candy. I wouldn't use this in an engagement, because that just takes out the fun. Unless, of course, the targets have already been hit and they're exploding and blowing up everywhere, then I might take a little bit of a closer peek, but there she goes. Absolutely. Very, very beautiful. So now that we've had a bit of a look there, we go back in and there's nothing. So let's say, for example, now one thing I did forget to do, which I do normally do under these circumstances, is that I would do a check mark based on dead reckoning of where it is we went down. So we dove, what time did we go under? New depth, 50 meters. That was at 17:15. So I like to record where I dive. I got a bit excited there because I'm recording distances traveled. So from 4 o'clock to here, which was 5:10. So we would have gone down, let's say, about there. 26.7 divided by 1.852. That's 14.4 nautical miles. Don't worry about this, I'm just writing this down on my notebook because I'm recording the distances traveled both above water and underwater. Now, check mark, can we move you? Yes, we can. So I'm going to put you there as the point at which we went underwater. Can I delete that? No, that's fine. So, do another depth under keel check, just to make sure.
Tiefe unter Kiel beträgt
64 meters, plenty.
Meter, Herr Kaloin.
So now, we've come to almost a complete stop. We have no sound contacts. We've tested the boat out. We've gone down successfully to 50 meters, or close enough to. I'm happy with that. So do we go straight up and surface now? No, we don't. The first thing that we do is we'll bring ourselves up to half speed.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
And we come to periscope depth.
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen. Bugtiefenruder 8 Grad oben.
Because even though when we went down,
2 Grad unten.
there was nothing there, you never know what's waiting for you when you come back up. A plane could have approached. Specifically, a plane could have approached. A boat, less so, less likely, because Benno hopefully would have heard it. But even still, there's a possibility of an unexpected vessel. So what we do is we come back up to periscope depth, which we're doing at a relative rate of knots. So I'm not going to do the external view now because I don't want to cheat for this part and have a look outside and see something. So we're coming up at half speed. Still nothing on the hydrophone, so I'm not expecting anything on the hydrophone given our current position, but we may hear something soon. 28 meters, 27, 26, 25, so another 10 meters or so. It's around about 12, 13 meter depth. We're at periscope depth. Here she comes. Now we're going to bring her down to ahead slow
Kleine Fahrt
as she
voraus.
stabilizes. Now the reason why I've gone to ahead slow is because I'm going to take up the periscope. Whenever you observe through the periscope, always bring the boat to the slowest speed, if at all possible, because one, it's difficult to see with water splashing out, even if not in game, then in real life. And also, if you're travelling at speed, it creates a splash and a wake which any enemy vessels and planes would be able to see from a long way away. Now this you can zoom in and zoom out. You do a sweep generally at low magnification so you can see everything in the widest field of view possible. Scanning up, scanning down. And then, if you see anything or if you feel like it, you can do another zoom scan by zooming in. And as you can see, it's all pretty clear up there. Up here, this is all TDC for operation. We won't worry about that now, or for various attacks and torpedo tubes. These buttons here control how high or how low the periscope is. Critically important when you're within visual range of an enemy vessel, in that you want to have it as low as possible so they don't see you. So you peek up and down. Now that's brought the periscope all the way back down again. Excellent. And so now it's clear ahead. What do we do now? Well, the first thing I do is I get the navigator to checkmark our position based on dead reckoning. Can't do celestial because we're not on the surface. You can't see the stars. So we do that. Then we bring ourselves up to flank speed.
Äußerste Fahrt voraus.
The reason behind this is that we come at full speed and we burst out the water as fast as we possibly can, because then if there does happen to be another unexpected threat, then we're traveling as fast as we can, so if we need to go under, we go under as quickly as possible. If you come up at slow speed, you're a sitting duck if there is an immediate threat. The next thing that we do is we
Neue
go
Tiefe 7 Meter.
decks awash.
Bugtiefenruder 8 Grad unten.
Again, this does not blow all of the tanks, so that if there is a threat above, we can jump up onto the conning tower and have a look, and we can get under as quickly as possible once again. So we're now coming up as decks awash. I know nothing's out there, well, pretty sure, so I'm going to do a cheat just to show you as we come up out of the water. and to demonstrate decks awash. As you can see, she's not fully out.
Ja, laufen auf beiden Dieselmaschinen.
We're high enough to get air into the diesels.
Laufen auf beiden Dieselmaschinen. Fahrt bei dem Wetter
Ja.
1, 4.
Once
Knoten.
again, there's no threat, so we'll
Und
surface
auftauchen.
fully. Blowing the tanks. And we're out. Whoop. And we're out. So, I come back up to the bridge. The boat has been surfaced. We're travelling at flank speed. We've demonstrated that we're in the clear, there are no threats. So we can bring ourselves back down to...
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
In fact, we'll go down to 1/3 speed.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
So that's the process of submerging and surfacing once again. Now, what I've done, remember, I took a check mark based on dead reckoning of the position when we were essentially about to surface. We went down about here, so I'm going to draw a distance here. So we travelled approximately 1.85 kilometers underwater, divided by 1.852, so that's, let's say, 1 nautical mile. We surfaced at 1725, let's say. So then I will continue my distance measurements from 1725, which will be surface travel again. Now, we should be in the patrol quadrant. We are indeed in the patrol quadrant. So I'm going to head more this direction here to try and get a little bit closer to the bay. So I'm going to move in this way, which is an approximate heading, approximate course of 230 degrees. So we go here, we're at 253, 228.
228 Grad.
That will do. So now we're going to head into the Baltic operations area. The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our chief engineer. We are going to tell him now to resume recharging batteries, because
Ja,
we used battery power when we were
auf
underwater.
Batterieladebetrieb.
If we click on him here and we click on propulsion,
Laden die Batterien
you'll
nach.
see now the battery has turned yellow, which means that now the batteries are charging. Everything else is as it should be. So we'll leave that as the end of this video.